Hey everybody, this is Chris with Forte's Classic Garage. We're going to be doing a review today of some products that Kenny Brown makes for the 79 to 04 Mustangs, and today we have a 03, 04 Cobra. So we have front and rear shock tower braces, a lower chassis support brace, their jacking rails, their subframe connectors, and it's called an extreme matrix, which ties the jacking rail and the subframe connectors together. This is, we'll start with the shock tower brace in the front. Not too bad of a job, probably 2 to 3 hours to do this. You have to pull your wipers, you have to pull the plastic cowl cover, and you have to pull this plastic firewall cover, and you have to modify the plastic firewall cover where the brace goes along the firewall there. You got to cut the plastic out of it. That part's not very easy. And you probably have to have an alignment done because you eliminate the top shock tower plates. So you can measure, but it's probably best to at least have your alignment checked, especially on a 03, 04 Cobra where you got independent rear suspension. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up in the air now, and I'll show you guys the matrix and the matrix brace, the jacking rails, and the subframe connectors. So here, this bar right here is part of the extreme matrix brace. That's your jacking rail right there, and that welds. If you can see, we supposed to just skip weld, every couple inches all the way back, and it goes on your pinch weld towards the outside of the car. And then the brace, like I said, connects this. The extreme matrix brace connects the jacking rail with the subframe connectors, which weld. I don't know if you can see that, but we weld it right there. It bolts in the center to give it a little bit of center support to the seat bolts, seat studs, and then it welds back here at the back part of the frame. See what it looks like from underneath the car. And it definitely, makes a huge difference in a convertible. This is the lower chassis brace is what it's called. It basically goes from one end of the K-member to the other on the back. Ties that together. And you're gonna have a lot of stress on there. That's where your control arms are. So you got a lot of flex in that area, so that's a good thing. And then you have one more place. We'll put the car down so you can see in the I left the panels out in the trunk to show you guys. So you got to take all the rear panels out, make it a little lighter in there. You have to move the rear amps if you have the premium sound system. They basically just unbolt and swivel out of the way. And then you got a bolt here, and then a bolt on the other side, and then the top of the shock bolted in here. And I had to scrape some of the seam sealer off of both sides to accomplish that. But and then you have to drill this bolt. I don't know if you can see it, but right there in the center, and it also bolts up right in the middle. So pretty substantial kit. I've driven it a couple times now, and it makes a huge difference. Anybody who's got a 99 to 04, or really actually 79 to 04 convertible knows it's real squeaky, and you get that quiver when you're driving, and if you're going up a driveway or hitting bumps or anything like that, I mean, this makes a huge difference. I would say definitely I give it a thumbs up. You know, 4.5 or 5 out of 5. Not bad for installation. If you're, I would definitely say make sure you can weld. You're competent at welding. I used a MIG welder. They want you to use a little bit of undercoating on your welds. That makes sense. And don't completely seal anything. They want a little bit of air ventilation so it doesn't weld, or so it doesn't rust if you get a little bit of water in there. So yeah, I'd definitely give this a thumbs up. 4 out of 5, or 5 out of 5 really. Installation and everything, I didn't run into any major snags. I will say, from working with these plastic cowl pieces, if you don't have a nice car that was kept like in the garage, like this 04 or 03 Cobra was, then that thing's probably gonna crack. And they're like 170, 180 bucks. So you might want to keep that in mind. I would even maybe factor that into the equation buying this kit if you have an old one. This one was in beautiful shape, it didn't crack or anything. But even with the plastic tools that we have to pop them, they're really brittle if they're sun-baked. So that is my assessment of this thing, and you guys can see what I'm talking about as far as making it a lot quieter. So you can check out that Kenny Brown, all these parts at kennybrown.com. Should tell you right there. There's the website. That's how you spell it. So that's it. It's Chris with Forte's Classic Garage. Thanks for watching.